Welcome everyone to the Transformation Summit. Together we are wise women rising for embodied change. I'm Alison Palmer, I'm your host, and today I'm really excited because I'm talking with Mary Sise. Now, you can read her full bio under here, okay? And please do, because then you'll see all of the amazing stuff that she's been doing and what she's contributing to transformation on the planet. But she is a licensed social worker. She's an author and a co-author. She works with energy, and she is here to really help people who are concerned about the transformation process to really go deeper and to be more effective. So welcome, Mary.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's my joy to be here with you.
And this is going to be such a great thing that we're going to do today together. The healing power of you, not you, but everyone here together. So let's dive in with this, because we really want to make the most of our time. The healing power of you. So what does that mean to you? Why have you chosen to bring that to this summit?
Yeah. So for me, each one of us is a healer, like everyone. Why? Because we're always putting energy out. So we always have the capacity to impact the planet. And we're either impacting it in a very healing way, like with love and compassion and all those higher frequency energies, or we're contributing, we're taking the energy of the planet down with our judgments and our criticisms. Our gossip is a big one. And our points of view that we don't mind sharing all over the place, our anger, or rage, or even on this energy of unworthiness that many of us carry. And in scarcity, that's another one we put out. So we're always, you have a signature energy, Alison, like every word I say, I love to use props. So if I say something loving or something, what I'm then putting is more light out on the planet. And remember, what you put out has to come back. That's energy law. Okay. So the question is, what are you putting out? When I gossip, when I, hate, I put hate out, even if it's for, like in America, we're really having a hard time about this division between, what this guy's doing and that. I mean, we're just fighting against each other. And so we keep, and even though we think our point of view is so enlightened, of course, ours, we're putting hatred or gossip, like, can you believe those idiots? I mean, we just keep putting more division out onto the planet, and then it just keeps coming back to us. That's karma. Every tradition, as you sow, you reap. It's in every scriptural tradition. That's energy. So the question we want to be asking ourselves is, what am I putting out? How can I stay in my heart despite the fact that there's so many different frequencies on this planet? Does that make sense?
Yeah. And the examples you use there just really resonated with me, because sometimes we are, we're right to feel anger about things that are going on or things that have happened. And that's not what you're saying. You're not telling us, okay, feel anger, but just suppress it. Or
no, because if I'm angry, like something, okay, let me say it this way. So your soul, your light, and your big soul, I love props. Okay, so here's your big soul, okay, your big honking soul, and it has to get little to come in that little baby body. But this is your essence, love, light. This is everybody's essence. Then somebody takes you home from the hospital or wherever you were born, and then your energy is so porous that all these energies come in your field. All right. So if you have a grandmother that's loving, here's you have to get little. Okay. All right. And your grandmother's loving. Now that's in your field. And then your father's fighting with your mother. Now that's in your field. Then you go to first grade and a bully. That energy is in your field. Okay. That could be a big one. Like some of you got bullied, or maybe there was violence in your home. Those energies are in your field. Okay. So then you go through life and you create a personality to kind of keep yourself safe. but we get so covered up, we forget that this is your essence, is light, love. This is your essence. So now we're we're on planet Earth where there's duality, there's fear and love. Okay. So as humans, we want to stay safe. So of course we develop opinions based on what we learned. Okay. And then what happens is somebody comes and pushes our buttons. So the anger that's in me, it didn't start, I wasn't born, well, if you swam in your mother's belly and it was real, there was a lot of anger going on, you could maybe be born with it, but your essence is light. So what happens is somebody comes and they bully you and they trigger the anger that's in you. What do we want to do? We want to spit it out. Okay. And the other thing, to suppress it isn't good either, because when you suppress it, anger, that energy that's suppressed will create mass, and the body will get sick. What you want to do is welcome it. Whoa, there's rage in me, or there's righteousness in me. Okay. Really, we're afraid of being hurt. Okay. Or, wow, I hate bullies, because you were bullied as a kid and you felt so helpless. What you hate is feeling helpless. So you recognize these energies are in you, and then you have the opportunity to transmute the energies, like alchemy, to turn it into light. That's how powerful we are. And that's when I speak of healers, first we have to heal ourselves. Okay. It's not about fixing anybody else out, because that certainly doesn't work, but it's about recognizing, whoa, there's hate in me. Let me transmute that. Yeah. So I can be loving. And sometimes I may speak, but the essence, the energy coming from me is love. And now I'm contributing to the love on the planet, which is why we came in the first place.
What I really, really like about what you've just shared is, so we're faced, say, let's use your example of a bully, somebody who's really triggered this deep rage within us. And when we come from a place of love, it doesn't mean we have to love that person. I mean, that you could do.
Well, I would distinguish the person from what's being triggered in the person. Yeah. We see, to be a real healer, you have to see the light that they are.
Yes.
You just have to realize they have more violence in them than you. But that's only because they went to that house versus you went to your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like, you grow up in violence, with violence as a child, you will have violence in you, and you'll never want to be vulnerable. You'll never, and you worry people are going to dupe you, because the people that loved you were violent. They turned on you, or they abandoned you, or they rejected you, or whatever. So anybody who's acting in that manner, we want to have compassion for them, but that doesn't mean we just don't take action.
Yeah.
But you take action from a space of love. And look at all the great people who have been able to change history. They didn't get caught up in the violence. They always say, you be the peace you want to see on the planet, right?
Yeah.
That's what that is. Now, what holy people do, us holy people, is we suppress our rage. We pretend we don't have it. But good luck with that, because what's happening now on the planet is everybody's triggering everything that's not healed in you. Yeah. This is a time on the planet where we got to clean up our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And why it's so important, Alison. I was speaking yesterday, and awareness came to me. What we're seeing on the planet is the power of the masses. Okay. So those who are so raging, and so much anger and hate and rage in them, about being your dupe, your lie, whatever they're upset about, it's okay. They're coming together, and you see the power in groups. What's not happening as much as we need on this planet is those of us who are committed to the light that we are, and to seeing the light in these people that are so angry and making change. Okay. We have to come together. We can't, if we tap into the fear energy and the rage energy, and we don't transmute it in ourselves, because we all have it, then we can't contribute to the light that the planet needs. As the planet is moving, the planet is shifting, and we're on it. So we have to do we came to do our part at this time. That's why you came.
Yes. I really love that you said that we need to come together. Those of us who
Yes.
are, aware of this and working to really connect to bringing that different energy more powerfully out
Yeah.
into the world. We
Yeah.
need to come together because yes, you can do it by yourself, but
Right.
so much more effective when we are doing it together.
Look at the impact of those who came together with violence and what they were capable of doing.
Mm.
You know,
Yes, yes, yes.
again, don't hate them. Don't be against them. Wow. We need to look at what's going on and help this anger, this rage. This rage to me is anger and helpless at the same time.
Mm.
This powerlessness that these people have had, while some of us have not even paid attention.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
can we do to serve, to be this healing power of us? But first you have to heal yourself. All the junk that's in you, unless you grew up in like some really holy place. I don't know where that was. I grew up in New Jersey, so that wasn't happening. So like, like you just own, oh man, that's in my field. Let me transmute that. Let me transmute that. What am I putting out? First, you do that first, and then you can, and then the other thing you'll have is you'll be able to be more and more this pillar of light. Like you go from being this, you think you want impact, clean up your field, and you're a pillar, and you're able to energetically serve more and more and more and more people. It's energy law.
Yeah.
So those of you who really know you came here to make a difference on this planet, you got to do your work.
Yes. And I think I've said this before. I'm sure you've said it many times to people. It's not like we don't just get to this point where we've cleaned it up and then we can go out and do it. It's a process because we wouldn't even be aware of, we wouldn't have that opportunity to clear up stuff that comes when we're triggered if we don't get into those situations where we're triggered. So it seems to me, even from that standpoint, there's a big thank you. And it might seem like a really hard thing to embrace, but if we go to the bigger picture, those people who come in front of us who really press those really deep buttons that send us off, it's like part of the bigger plan. And I know that sounds like horrible and hard in a lot of situations, but that's one way, it seems to me, that we can embrace it. And it's not always easy. I mean, for myself, I've been triggered a lot recently over things, and my way of dealing with it has just been, I have been triggered and just exploded in anger. I haven't been able to, to just catch myself. I've just
good. That's okay. Let it come up, let it come out. Okay. And that's when you can do, and we'll move into this, this tapping where you, especially I have some sayings that I say with it, that you're releasing it. And it's transmuting. You can transmute it. What you want to just do is put duct tape over your mouth so you don't say it to another person. That's the only thing. Okay. Just get some duct tape, but don't suppress. Let it come out either in your journal. Sometimes you just need to scream it out and tap into the energy that's in there. You own it and you accept it.
Okay. So should we do the tapping?
Let's do the tapping. Yeah. Let's teach it to everybody. So people can either pick something. I think it might be fun if you pick something. I know everybody probably attracted to this call knows you're up for something bigger. So Allison, if you just even think of something you'd like to do, that's like your next step, what your next step, but you're kind of like, okay. And picture that for a minute, and then picture the opposite thing that you do instead of doing what you're being called to do by your soul, like the opposite thing that you do. So like for some of you, it could be as simple as, I know I need to exercise, but what do? I get up and I go down and have 3 cups of coffee. I read the paper. Now I got to get to work. Or what do you do is the opposite. So can you think of something like that?
Do you want me to share it?
If only if you're comfortable.
Okay. So well, I would like to use that example just now, because I have become increasingly not good at responding when I dive into arguments with people who have got, you know, very radically different points of view.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Okay. So now close your eyes for a minute and just picture yourself doing that. You know, they say something really, what you think is stupid, you know, ignorant, whatever, just whatever. Everybody pick that. That's easy. Okay. And you want to be like kumbaya, loving girl on the planet. And now you're really ready to just rip their faces off. Go picture that. Can you see it on a scale of 0 to 10 and feel it in your body? Can you feel what happens to you?
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. And 10 means I can really see this thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it. So you have a number for it, 0 to 10.
I would say at the moment, because I'm a bit conscious of, you know, doing an interview as well, I'm at an 8.
Perfect. So very good. All right. Now I want you to imagine, this is for everybody, you have a big eraser and you just erase it. Just kind of erase your behavior and your everything that's going on. Just kind of erase it. You have free will. You're choosing to erase it. Okay. Now I want you to bring to mind how you wish you could react. Somebody saying the exact same thing. How would you like to react? Like, you know, your heart maybe is open, activate compassion. This is what you'd like to do, right? Put duct tape on your mouth. I don't know. What would you like to be able to do?
I just tell you, I just need to interject something because this is quite difficult to get to this point.
No kidding. Everybody's going to say that. On a scale of 0 to 10, can you even see it? 0 means I can't even picture myself doing this. Hardly. What can you get?
I can.
You got it. What's the number?
Maybe 4.
Good. All right, cool. So now open your eyes, everybody, and be with me. Okay. So come down 3 inches and go over 3 inches. I'll kind of move up here. It's like a Pledge of Allegiance spot. Rub here. And I want you to rub really hard. Come down 3 inches, over 3 inches, cross your hands over and rub really hard. Come down more above your heart there. Yeah. Rub. And if you rub really hard, it's tender. You'll feel it. Can you find it? The spot there?
Yes.
Got it? Okay. So now you're just going to say, even though I can't even imagine it, I accept myself.
Even though I can't even imagine it, I accept myself.
Even though I just can't get myself here, and part of me doesn't even want to do it, I accept myself.
Even though part of me doesn't even want to do it, and I can't imagine it, I accept myself.
Yeah. So you just got, and those who are watching this or listening, even though I'm like, part of me won't go, I just don't want to do it, I accept myself.
Shall I say it? Or
yeah, say it out loud. It's always best to say it out loud because your cells, everything in your body listens to you. So even just own it. Like I can't even imagine this thing. I accept myself.
Okay, so I can't even imagine this thing.
I accept myself.
And I accept myself.
Okay. So you just own that you're resisting doing it. It's okay. You know, it kept you safe as a kid to not, you know, to stand your ground, whatever, all those bullies in junior high. Who cares where it goes? So let's go. Now we're going to tap here. And just say, I'm choosing to release whatever is blocking me.
I'm choosing to release whatever is blocking me.
This is from what you say you want to do, like be a light in every situation. Be a powerful light in every situation. So, and then you're going to say all the roots and origins of it.
All the roots and origins of it.
And all that it means and does to me.
And all that it means and does to me.
I'm choosing to release anything that's blocking me from this.
I'm choosing to release anything that's blocking me from this.
All the roots and origins of it.
All the roots and origins of it.
And all that it means and does to me.
And all that it means and does to me.
I'm choosing to release anything that's blocking me from this.
I'm choosing to release anything that's blocking me from this.
All the roots and origins of it.
All the roots and origins of it.
And all that it means and does to me.
All that it means and does to me.
So these are all meridian points. Tap here at the eyebrows. Some they go to different meridian, different parts of the body, side of your eyes. Under your eyes, under your nose, and under your lip. Now, as if you had a skinny tie, I want you to tap here, like on either side. Yep, perfect. Yeah. And then under your arms, 4 inches. And poke around, make a fist and tap with your fist. This one should be tender too. Yep, you got it. You feel it? Yeah. What that actually is the spleen meridian, which is really about terror, fear of the future. Like if you really do this, will you be hurt again? That's what it's kind of wondering about. Okay. Then all your hands like a laser. There's meridian points in all your fingers. Excuse me, all your, yeah. And then tap at the top of your head. You want to make sure all your fingers are touching. All right, now take a breath. And go to the image of what you'd like to do in a situation where somebody's got an opinion that's really not yours. Is it, can you see the image? Has it gotten any different? What's happening in your body?
It just feels so different in my body. It feels possible. It feels like a possibility instead. And it feels calm. And it feels there's an opening from my heart. It's an opening. It's not like I wasn't expecting it, because I actually thought I would still be, no, I'm going to, yeah. But I didn't. I felt just, and that's the first time. So,
yeah. So breathe into it.
I felt at about one particular intense situation.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Is like, so say you're triggered and somebody's being a total whatever, and you just whatever, you act like you don't want to, go home and do it then. That's the best time to do it, when you're in a situation, obviously not in front of them and they really think you're an idiot, but or weird. But later, like just think, and this is for everybody, do this. Think of the person. How would I like to be? How can I be that? Yeah. So that I, not deny that I want to just rip their faces off, because this anger is in you, or this violence. Some of you have violence in you because of maybe being hit as a kid or whatever happened, or shame. You got shame, humiliated, whatever. It doesn't matter. What you want to do is surface it. Well, it's already surfaced. Somebody pushed your buttons. They didn't install them. They just pushed them. So they push them. This comes up, and then you decide what you're going to do with it. You're going to fling it at somebody. It'll come back because it's your energy, or you're going to transmute it, turn it into this. And this is always more powerful, always. But we have to do our work as humans, or we can't contribute to the light that we are on the planet, and then come together in groups. And I'll tell you, tapping in groups, I have a program that I do on Tuesdays, and just go to my website if people are interested, and it's for free. And there's hundreds of people all over the world that tap on that. And it is, you put a group together tapping, it is, whoa, really powerful. Wow. So that's, come together with each other, do the tapping together, support each other, not to suppress, to transmute energy. And then you become more and more of a healing presence on the planet.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, now, you know what else I want you to do? Go back and look at the original behavior of like how much that person annoyed you, that you could get up like that, and tell me what that looks like.
Oh, okay. Hold on. It's hard to even reach it.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Why? Because now, and you could do another round. Sometimes people, guys, you got to do 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. I want to be completely, because there's parts of you that are like, no. Okay. But the other one, what will happen is you now resonate more with the new one. It'll be so much easier to do. Don't worry. Somebody will come and say something to test it for you, and just see, it's like, doesn't get you anymore. And then the other one just isn't you anymore. It's just like, no, because the energy is transmuted in you. You're more, you can hold more light. Yes. That's what's cool.
This is so amazing, so powerful, because, as we are doing this, co-creating transformation in the world, we are going to be triggered, unless, like you say, we've grown up in this special bubble.
Even if you're not doing transformational work, you're going to be triggered. Why? There's so much light coming on the planet right now to assist in the ascension of the planet, which is what we're going through, that it's like somebody shining a big light into the basement and you're going to see all the dust. That is happening to everybody. Everybody's triggered. So whether you're on a spiritual path or not, forget about it. You're going to get triggered. The question is, what are you doing with it?
Yes. Yes.
Are you transmuting it and using the power that you have within you that's just dormant to shift?
Yeah.
That's why they call it a shift. We have to shift.
And yeah, and my final point that I want to make about this is that doing that, just that little experiment or that exercise with you, it was actually, I realized that and it sounds contrary to us being such magnanimous beings, you know, that we think we should be, but really
this doesn't exist.
Yeah, we're really, you know, us being healing ourselves, like you talk about the healing power of you and the need to really do that for ourselves. I mean, if you have the choice to carry around all that baggage and to keep reconnecting to it when you have a spare moment and igniting something inside you that's rage from 10 years ago or something like that, or you have the opportunity to do something that quite simply can transform that and release it, what would you choose? I mean, it seems to me that there's such amazing, we don't even need to think about it in terms of, I'm going to, you know, I've got to do this because, you know, otherwise I'm going to keep being triggered out in the world and I'm not going to be an effective, you know, leader or facilitator, whatever. We can do it just for ourselves and just experience that and then see the difference that it makes to how we
enjoy it. And then you become someone who just walks around and puts light out. You don't even have to open your mouth and healing happens.
Love it, love it, love it.
You want to be a healing power on the planet? There's places you speak but always you're putting light out. You're putting the universe, the divine can use you to emanate light, and you don't distort it because you've done your work. And nobody will get totally, it's incremental. You just like do a little bit at a time. And every time you go up, you help the planet come up. You go up, you help the planet come up. So don't wait till you're all enlightened to do your work. Forget about it. None of us would have a job. So just be the light on the planet. Be the change you wish to see. That's what that teaching is. But it's not by suppressing. And I think that's a key point, because a lot of spiritual people do spiritual bypass. They love these big enlightenment experiences, but they can't function on planet Earth very well. And that means you've got distorted energy in you. Because what did you come here for? You didn't come here to be all enlightened and out of your body and up here. You could have stayed up there and done that. Why did you come here? You came here to serve. You got to be in your body. You have to transmute what's there, not keep trying to be in bliss. If you wanted that, stay up there. We have work to do down here. Come on, what you come for?
Yeah.
I always say, next time I'm going to Venus, it's much nicer there. I'm not going here. I'm like done. So why didn't you go to Venus? You came here. And the only question to ask yourself is why?
Yeah.
Why did I choose to come here?
Perfect.
Because the people listening here are attracted to this. That means everybody chose to be here, by the way. You just didn't read the fine print. But you chose to make a difference on the planet. So let's get our soul in charge, clean up what we're not, and do what we came to do, so that when we leave, no matter when it is, we know we were part of that. We were part of the earth shifting. That's pretty cool.
Really cool, really cool. And so Mary, you've got some gifts to share with people. So would you like to say something about those so that they know, you know, what it is? Okay, so what I did was I created for them visualization practice, just like what we did. So it's a video, it's a little video for free. They can download it. There'll be instructions with it. And then practice that over and over and over again. And then, you know, so it was really just to serve them.
And then there's other things, if you go on my website, there's other things you can join. There's a free Tapping Tuesday program I do. There's all sorts of things on there that people can join. You want to spend more time with me, there's a, I can I'll give them a code for the, there's a thing, program I did, an online course I did called Dazed and Confused. It really helps you understand your brain and why you're triggered. And so it helps you not feel like, so like, why am I reacting to this person? It takes it out of from more of like what's going on in your brain and why we get triggered. And we're in these survival brains. So have compassion for yourself. These bodies that have this brain that's wired for survival. So that's why we get triggered, and that's why we react and have our defenses and all that. Yep.
Okay, so everyone, the links are below here. So if this is speaking to you, now is the time to go and click on those links and explore them. Mary, this has been really great. I want to say a huge thank you to you for coming in and taking us through this exercise, because it's really so powerful. So thank you, massive thank you to you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you everyone for taking the time to be with us today and make a difference.
Absolutely. And everyone, don't forget that we like to hear from you to know how this is connecting with you. So all you need to do, if you feel like, you want to share your response or whatever, whatever happened to you, did you do the exercise? Just reply to any of the emails for the summit and say this is for Mary's interview, and anything that you share with me, I'll pass on to her so she gets it as well. And, we really do, it's a genuine, let's connect, because we are all in this together, and we need to remember that and reinforce that. So please do that. And a final massive thank you to you, Mary, for this wonderful, wonderful experience that we've had with you today.
Oh, thank you for having me. Blessings to everyone.